This is Faisal Khan for Lights Out. With me via Zoom. Delighted to be joined by the treasure, Mr. Ashley Theopane. Ashley, good afternoon to you, my man. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
I like the new little look you've got going on.
Yeah, it's come about. It's grown. It took me a while, but that was no barbers were around, so I just let it grow. And now I'm just like, hey, 2020, it's that like kind of year. So I'm just like, whatever. Whatever.
It's more or less the self-isolating quarantine haircut, isn't it?
Yes, 100%.
It's been a very weird year. So you've got a lot of people going around with new fancy, different types of haircuts. So it's good to see you getting.
So I can't go wrong then. I'm not going wrong. It works.
You're not the only one. Obviously, just before going into like the deep end of the interview, the last time you were out in the ring was 2019. You've had a very long career. You've achieved quite a bit in your career. You've been in with some very good fighters. So my first question to you is what's going on with you? I mean, are you still looking to fight again, or are you done with the professional side of boxing?
I wouldn't say I'm done. It's like for me, like right now, like when I had my last fight, I was content. So I was like, I didn't care if I fought or not. And I wanted to start my gym, and I made movements to start my gym. But when everything got shut down again, it's like I can't do the gym like right now because it's just hard to start it now. So I'm staying in shape. I got offered the Ben fight, as you know. So I've got my weight down. I've spoken to some promoters. I might fight like by the end of the year. So we see how it goes. But I'm still in the frame of mind. I don't care if I fight or not, but I rather be in some sort of shape than not being in shape. You know what I mean? So I've been staying in shape, like just in case.
You mentioned the Conor Benn fight. There was a lot of rumors circulating around on social media, especially Twitter, that fight between you and Conor Benn was looking to go ahead at one point. That's obviously not proven to be the case. He fights time. What was the reason behind you and Conor Benn not being able to finalize some sort of a deal? I want to get your side of the story.
So with me, like, Hearn offered me the fight. He asked me if I was in the gym. I said, yeah. I'm always in the gym here, like here anyway. So I said, yeah. And I said to fight who? He said Ben. And then Ben, at kind of like just afterwards, Ben, he DM'd me and was like, yo, like no disrespect, but I would like to fight you because you've achieved like so much. So like it was cool. Like, so I just basically told them like it's not enough time for me to prepare. Like, and 100%. I don't have to fight him anyway. He wants to fight me. He wanted to fight me. I didn't really give a shit if I fought him or not. So it's not really a thing of I've done everything that I'm going to do in this sport. So for me, it would have been cool to fight him because I was a fan of his dad, and you know what I mean. It's just cool, like the passing of the torch, whatever it is. And so yeah, if I had, and as well at the time, I was like 12 and a half stones. So even like. I'm not going to kill myself to make weight and not be in shape. So if I can't, and because I've been fighting so long, if I can't fight and perform to a way that I want to fight, then I just say no to the fight because I don't owe no promoter like in the UK like Jack. So for me, if I don't want to fight, I just don't fight.
Well, as I mentioned, he's scheduled to fight in a few weeks' time.
Yeah.
Said that you are retired, and you've also not said that you're going to fight again. So, I mean, is that something?
Yeah, I've never said I'm retired.
I know you've said you've never said that you've retired, but you've never said that you're going to fight again. I mean, a lot of people expect him to come through his fight in a few weeks.
Yeah.
He's looking at potential fights with Josh Kelly in the future. Your name is still in the mix. Is that something that perhaps you might be open to at some point, maybe in 2021?
Like shit, man. I'm getting older, man. Like I ain't trying to hang around like forever. I would fight Ben. You know what I mean? If Hearn came correct, if the fee and stuff, I would fight him. I think it would be a cool fight. A lot of fans and stuff have said that they believe I could win, but I think he should win this next fight. It's a good fight like for him, but again, I think the British champion, I forget his name, he thought that he was next, so maybe they had agreed a deal, like his promoters behind the scenes. I don't know, because he seemed upset when Ben announced his fight. But at the end of the day, Ben gets called out a lot because of his name, and he's just got to choose the path that he thinks is best for him. Like, fuck what others think. Like, you got to do what's best for you the same way that I always do what's best, like, for me. So I like Ben, so I won't say anything bad about him, because he's always been respectful about me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's something I'd like to see. I'm pretty sure the majority of the boxing public would like to see that fight. Two British fighters, you know, old line, young line. It definitely would be for a good fighter, perhaps.
And as well, like, this kind of time now, we are seeing a lot of the A side is starting to take L's all over the world. It's good to see that a lot of guys who are getting a chance are like doing the upsets. I always like to see that, because I had to come up the hard way. I always like to see the guys who get the opportunity and then they cause the upset. So that's been cool to see that a lot of these guys have been like doing that. Like, a lot of the small hall guys, you know, they've had to take some fights, and a lot of them have come through.
Let's talk a bit about this upcoming Saturday night, a big fight in the heavyweight division. A guy that you know very well, Derek Chisora, is bringing war to, you know, the great Alexander Usyk. Yeah. You know, when a lot of people talk about that fight, a lot of people are giving Derek Chisora sort of the advantage, because it's a different Derek Chisora. I mean, when I look at Derek Chisora on the David Hay, I see a different fighter. Yeah. What prediction are you giving for this fight on Saturday night?
I think it would be a good fight. I think Usyk will win, but I think it will be a hard fought fight, because, as you said, Chisora's starting to look good, but again, he blows hot and cold. I think he'll lose, but I think he'll put up a good effort. I think it'll be a good fight.
What? Obviously, you're picking Alexander Usyk to win the fight on Saturday night. You know, how do you think he wins on Saturday night? Do you see him winning by points, or do you see him stopping Derek?
I think it will go to points. I think it'll go points. I don't know if he has the power to stop Chisora. I just think he has too much skills. Like, he's sparred with a lot of these big guys, so a lot of folks are saying the size issue and this and that. But he, at the cruiserweight, he was the best of the best. Like, no one came near. And I just think that he'll come up. I don't think he can beat the big guys in his weight division now, but I think he will have too much class, like, for Chisora. Like, that's, and I know Chisora for years. You know, me and him, we trained under you know, the same coach that while I was British champion and before that. So I know I've been in the gym with him and stuff. So it's great to see that he's stretched out his career. But I just think that Usyk is like the best of where he came from, and I just think he'll have too much. So I don't believe the hype. I've been in this sport for too long to don't believe the hype.
One thing about boxing is there's always a lot of rumors flying around, and the situation that's been occurred the last few weeks is about Deontay Wilder. We all know that he's not taking a third fight with Tyson Fury. We all know that he's also split with Mark Breland. You know, in the last couple of weeks, many people are saying that he's now looking to retire from the sport. Now, I'm not a professional boxer. I do what I do. You do what you do. You know how tough the sport is. When you come off a loss like that, you know, not just once, a lot of people would say he's been found out twice now by Tyson Fury. Now, as a fellow fighter, what advice would you give to Deontay Wilder, and what would you want to see him do next in terms of going forward in his career?
You know, I kind of was shocked that he didn't take the fight. Now he's kind of in a nowhere. Like, where does he go now? If he's going to retire, I would say there's kind of no shame in it because of what he achieved, and the stuff he does outside of the ring. I was just kind of surprised that they didn't fight again, but maybe he just feels that, you know, the better man won and he can't beat him, because that's the only way that I can see why you wouldn't fight him again. So unless there's some other stuff that's going on that we don't know of, the only reason why you wouldn't take that fight again is because you don't believe you could beat him. Because now he doesn't, there's no way that he can force that fight. Like, it's gone. So, yeah. So the only reason why I see like he didn't take the fight is that he didn't believe he could win it. You know, it's as simple as that.
So you, I mean, as you just said, you know, you believe that you think that he believes he can't beat Tyson Fury if they ever were to fight again. What would you want to see him do next? Would you want to see him fight again, or do you think now is probably the best time to retire?
Well, he's only lost one, so he doesn't have to retire. You know, there's many guys. Look at what Chisora's lost 9. Chisora lost 9. Chisora's lost 9. Huh?
I think it's 8 or 9. Yeah, it's one of them.
So, and some folks think he can beat Usyk. So, you know, his career is far from over. So it's all about what's in him, why he wants to retire and stuff. You got AJ, like AJ lost. Then he came back to win the rematch. A lot of the great guys have lost like 5 to 6 times. So it's all about what is inside Deontay, what he wants to do. I just think now it's kind of hard, like for him. You got Ruiz there, like that would be a good fight, like for him. But I think it would be a very hard fight. I just don't know where he goes from here now that he didn't take that rematch.
It's definitely interesting times in the weight division. Final question. Obviously, it's a question on everybody's minds. 2021 only around the corner. We also know that Fury is scheduled to fight December 5th. Anthony Joshua is scheduled to fight against Kubrat Pulev.
Yeah.
Speak to me straight. Do you see that fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua happening next year?
I think 100% next year it will go down now, because there's nothing that stops them. They're both over here. I think it's an easy fight to make. They both want to make it. So I think it's an easy fight to make, and I think they could make it a 2 to 3 fight. It'd probably be a 2 to 3 fight deal. So I think it's great for the fans over here, and it's great for the sport for 2 of the best guys to get it on.
Well, it's a fight we all want to see, and if a professional boxer like yourself believes it's going to happen, then it makes me feel a lot more confident that it will happen next year. Ashley, anything else you'd like to add before we bring the interview to an end?
Yeah, I would like to talk about, I think, Gervonta Davis and Cruz this weekend.
Okay.
But you didn't mention that one. I think that's a great fight, and I think that could be. Yeah, so we got a great weekend. So, because that's another fight that we didn't say, and I think that's going to be a great fight. I think Gervonta wins, but I think it will be a good. It will start the first six rounds will be good, and I think he'll get like the KO win from 8 to 10, between 8 to 10. I think he'll get the KO win.
Well, you've just extended the interview, so we're going to have to pick your brains now on the all-exciting lightweight division. We saw Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to say it was a shock or, you know, it was an upset because he was 59 at the time. He was world champion. You know, he beat Vasyl Lomachenko, and a lot of people, and I have to admit, including myself, didn't really, you know, give him a chance of winning that fight. Now, we all know that Teofimo Lopez holds all the cards in that division. You know, you've got another big fight, such as Luke Campbell versus Ryan Garcia. You got Devin Haney fighting Gamboa at some point. And now you've just mentioned Gervonta Tank Davis will take on Leo Santa Cruz this weekend. You know, whenever you talk about that division, a lot of people claim that Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney is the next big thing to sort of challenge Teofimo Lopez. Do you believe that Gervonta Davis is also in the line with those same fighters that can challenge Teofimo Lopez? Or do you think he needs to have a few more fights with a few serious contenders in that division for people to turn around and say, this guy can actually challenge Teofimo Lopez and perhaps maybe even end that undefeated streak of his?
Well, you said Haney. Haney is gonna fight Gamboa, who he just beat. I think it's a weight division. I think it's the best weight division like right now. With Javante, I've seen him in the gym like KO like big guys. So I think out of all of them, I think he probably has the power, and he's got skills. He trains very hard. So I think it's just a weight division which could go any way. I think he's one of like the best there. With Tio, I sparred with Tio like 4 years ago, so I picked Tio to beat Loma. So I wasn't surprised at all because I picked him. Devin, I sparred with Dev too. Like Devin got a lot of skills, got speed. I don't know if he's got the power like out of the bunch. So I think the division is good, and it would be good for them to fight each other. I think there's 4 or 5 of them. If Garcia can come past Luke, then we will know that he is the real deal. Because I think that's a very big test, and then it's just for these guys to like fight each other. But I think it's a great division. You know what I mean? I can't pick like who will be the one to come through. I don't even think there might not even be one that comes through. It might be like the Fab Four when you had like guys who would beat one guy, then they'll lose to the next guy. So I think it's just a division that is just packed with some great fights that we as fans can watch for the next 4 to 5 years.
Okay, now definitely the final question. Luke Campbell versus Ryan Garcia. I know you know Luke quite well. We've seen him mix it up with some of the big faces in this division. Yeah. Ryan Garcia is one of the fighters that a lot of people have, said he's the next up-and-coming big thing. There's a lot of hype surrounding the kid. You can see he's very talented. What chance do you give Luke Campbell in that fight? And how difficult is that fight for Ryan Garcia? Because we all know Luke Campbell offers a ton of experience.
Yeah, I think that this is Garcia's biggest fight, his hardest fight. I think that Luke has all the tools like to win. If Garcia wins, we know he is the truth. Like right now, I pick Luke to cause the upset because everyone's saying that this young kid's a star. But for me, like right now, he hasn't done anything to be a star. So I think out of the guys that you named, I put him at like the bottom. I think Tank is better than him. I think Haney is better than him. Tio is better than him. So I'm kind of not a fan of him yet because I don't see anything he's done. Like it's all good for you to look good in the gym. It's for you to go out there and to fight. So, I hope that Luke can win, and then so I'm gonna back the Brit to win.
So actually, Theopane is back in the Brit to beat Ryan Garcia. It's again, obviously the first half of the year we obviously had no boxing, and then ending strong on the second half of the year and half of the year. And of course, one of the fights that we're all looking forward to is that Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell fight. Right, Ashley, we've taken up enough of your time as it is. I remember you saying you've got to be somewhere in a bit.
Okay. So,
I appreciate your time. And look forward to speaking to you soon, Ashley.
All right, man. Peace.
No problem.
Right, see ya.
Ashley Theopane, thank you for talking to Lights Out.
All right, bye-bye.